The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7. That's the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the counter, it's Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Terrell Lewis
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a give to Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 7, Brady going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Throwing now is Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
46 to Mike, 46. Hey,
on 2nd and 11 now. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down.
Let's go. Mike 46. Mike 46.
Brady going to throw. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On first down, Rodgers going deep downfield for Ross. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove. They're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now a play fake. Brady being chased out left. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Steps away. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Completes it to Evan Ingram. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
A give running right, Gibson.
And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. So that'll back him up 5. Badgley able to punch this one through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
That one good for 16 as the drive continues. On first down, Brady.
Getting it out wide here to Bernard.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Brady now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
They'll get this off to Taylor.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Brady's going to look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here hauled in by Kupp.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
On the draw, it's Gibson.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So after the INT, it's Brady.
That's complete to Tyler Johnson.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Succop's kick is good. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Hey, check back, 11, check back.
On play action, it's Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Brady to throw. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 22. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry.
Touchdown, Washington!
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Throwing now is Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. They run the toss now with Gibson.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Rodgers. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A handoff for Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
To throw is Rodgers. Here's a diving catch right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Get the ball. 46, boys. That's it.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 46. Mike 46.
They run once more with Taylor. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return will... right around the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Badgley's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You're talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. 58 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and